Now let's create a session. You can view and create sessions by clicking on the icon in the session column. You can see we currently have no sessions created for our matrix, so let's create one now. Sessions provide a methodology for ranking scenarios by assigning weights to different indicators. Click on the New Session button to create a new session. Enter a title, description, and organization name. Then click Next. Next, you will assign initial weights to the indicator sectors. You have selected indicators in the agriculture, energy, environment, fishery, social welfare, water resources, and water supply and sanitation sectors. Note that you will be able to edit these weights later on, so enter some initial weights now. Let's add 10% for agriculture, 20% for energy, 10% for environment, 20% for fishery, 10% social welfare, 20% water resources, and 10% water supply and sanitation. When you've entered your initial weights for the sectors, click Next. You can now see a table with all the indicators and their weights in the left columns. Here are the sectors, the indicators, the aggregation, the units of the indicators, and their weightings, which you can see all add up to 100. We gave the agriculture sector a 10% weighting, and because we had 2 indicators in this sector, each indicator is given an equal weighting of 5%. On the right-hand side, you can see the indicator values for each of the scenarios that we selected. Click on the tabs at the top to see the normalized values of the indicators, where the indicator values are normalized to a value between 0 and 1 to allow for comparison. You can also view the weighted values, where the normalized values are weighted. You can also view the ranking of the scenarios based on the weighted values of the indicators by clicking on the Ranking tab. In the top total column, you can see the total ranking of the scenarios according to the weighting of the indicators that you have specified. In this case, our RAM3 scenario is the highest ranked. Remember that this analysis is subjective and it is best used as the basis for discussion. You might want to change the weights of the individual indicators. For example, let's give more weight to the mean annual fluctuation of Lake Turkana and less weight to the mean river flow. Click on the Edit button next to the indicator to change the weight. Now you can type in a new weight. Click on the tick to save your new weight. You can now see that the weight for the total indicators has gone above 100. So we need to reduce the weight of another indicator so that the total is 100. So let's reduce the mean river flow. In this case, we can see that this hasn't changed the ranking of our scenarios, with RAM3 scenario being ranked first still. You can discuss amongst yourselves how much weight or importance you want to give to each indicator and change the weights accordingly. You can download this table as a spreadsheet by clicking the Download button and export as CSV. Once you click Submit, then your session is saved. Here we can see our new session in the Sessions table. You can look at the session by clicking the arrow, and you can edit the session or delete the session by using the icons on the right. When you edit a session, you can change the title, description, organization, and you can change the weighting for the sectors. Click on the arrow in the top left to go back to the MCDA matrix table. You can now see that we have created for our matrix one key results plot, one trade-off plot, and one session. We can view these by clicking on the icon. And we can add more key results plots or trade-off plots or sessions by clicking on the New button. Click on the arrow in the top left to go back to the home page or any of the other components of the planning application. The planning application components all have the common goal of assessing, comparing, and ranking scenarios based on indicator results in tables, plots, maps, and using multi-criteria decision analysis. The planning application can be used in a workshop setting, for example, with many stakeholders from different sectors, to support discussions and decision-making for long-term planning in your basin.